How's it going, gang? Welcome back to another rebuild challenge here on the Red Vibe channel, where today we're taking control of another historic English football club, Everton FC, the blue side of Merseyside, currently sitting 15th as of the moment I'm recording this video in the Premier League table, of course under the management of Rafa Benitez, the ex-Liverpool manager, and we are going to step in now and try and change the fortunes of Everton Football Club. They've got a £47 million budget here, a 4.5-star squad that we're going to inherit already. So with the right signings here, of course, we are going to hopefully be able to take this Everton team to a much better place than 15th. I think my aim is going to probably be about 6th, or at least a top 6 in the Premier League. You know, 7th wouldn't be a disaster, but I think I've got to aim high. The domestic cups, I think semi-finals would be acceptable in either of them. A final would be great, and of course winning it would be even better. But I think if we're just going to put our aims out there, top 6 and a semi-final of one of the domestic cups. I can only make up to 3 signings in the first summer transfer window. We can make an additional 1 signing in the winter transfer window if we want to. We can only promote 1 player from the youth academy each season. The entire season then is simulated with the exception of the last competitive game. So not wasting any time today on the clear out project here at Everton, we have sold already 2 of our strikers, aging strikers. Rondon, who actually was a new arrival this summer, but I don't know, I just feel like Everton need to be, I don't know, after players of a little bit of a higher calibre than Rondon. I don't mind him, he's a good striker, but he's a little bit past it. And yeah, again, I just think Everton can do a little bit better. So we've sold him to Getafe for 6.4 million, and we've also sold Tosun for 2.6 million. Another player who, when he arrived at Everton, I was like, yeah, do you know what? He could bang some Premier League goals. I can see him being a little, like, 15 goal a season striker maybe in the Prem. Didn't quite work out like that. Didn't really get that many chances, Tosun, but when he did, he wasn't that good. So 2.6 million to Stuttgart, and that leaves us a little bit short up top, but does give us a little bit more money. 9 million there added to our transfer budget. In terms of our transfer budget then, of course, you guys will have seen at the beginning of the episode, it was about 43, I think, million that we had. We did actually qualify through to the knockouts of our pre-season tournament, which obviously gives you that little bit more money. We actually did beat Real Sociedad away in the semi-finals, and we then went on to face Milan in the final, where we unfortunately lost. So we didn't recuperate all of the money from the tournament, but we did get a fair bit. So with those sales in mind, and of course the prize money from that tournament, we are looking at about 75-ish million in the transfer budget. So we can definitely get some real talent to Merseyside right now. But let's actually go through like what shape we're going to be in on the pitch and stuff like that. So I've got 2 team sheets set up here. One is a 4 at the back formation, one is a 5 at the back. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to commit to, but I'm going to try and build a squad that is capable of doing both, basically, because I think this meta can be quite good, especially on the sim. So in terms of the personnel, guys, we have got Pickford in goal. We have got my 2 main centre-backs going forward, Keane and Godfrey. I think they've got the highest ceilings of any of our centre-backs. Holgate's a really good centre-back as well, and even Yerry Mina. I think the centre-backs are not really a worrying area for me, at least on FIFA. I did want to mention this as well. We do have Luka Digne, and we are planning to use him, of course, in real life. Everton have just signed, is it Mikolenko? Something like that. A Ukrainian, I think, left-back. And he is allegedly meant to be replacing Digne. But I really like Digne. He hasn't left Everton as of the recording of this video. Guys, if you are Everton fans, or if you just want to play this a little bit more realistically in your head, I guess just imagine that Digne is Mikolenko. But yeah, I for one hope that Digne stays at Everton, because I really think I think he's a really good player, and yeah, he's got really good quality, and I'd like to see him be part of this squad that we're going to build for Everton as well in this save. And in terms of our tactics, we've gone for a balanced defensive style, just with the default width and depth. And then offense, we've gone for long ball, because obviously we do have Calvert-Lewin up top. Amazing stats aerially, great heading, great jumping, and of course he's tall as well. And then chance creation, we have got direct passing, because we have got some really good technical players in midfield, and like Richarlison and players like that. So I think it might work. If it doesn't, we can always change it, but we'll see how the results do in the first couple of months before we look at changing that. So say hello to our very first signing of the Everton Rebuild Challenge, guys. It's Dest, who we've brought in from Barcelona. £8.3 million it cost us to bring this young right back in. He's 76 rated, and of course he does come from an elite club, of course Barcelona. I think Everton have actually had a habit of buying players from big clubs, and they haven't necessarily worked out, but I'm going to change that today. You know, we're signing big players with big potentials, and we're going to make it work, okay? Moise Keane was another example of a player who came to Everton, didn't quite flourish, but, you know, he's on loan, so maybe we could recall him later on. Maybe we could recall him now. Do you know what, bro? maybe we could recall him now. You know what? There is nothing in my own rules that are stopping me from spending 1.3 million to bring back a really good player from Juve. So I'm going to do it. Moise Kean, having him for the full season could be really important for us in terms of squad depth and in terms of having a really exciting young player here as well. Now, one thing we were kind of lacking, guys, was width. Wide players, wingers. Obviously, in real life, they brought in Gray, they brought in Townsend at the beginning of the season, but I'm actually in the process of converting Damari Gray to a centre forward to play second fiddle kind of to Richarlison or to rotate with him because I think they're both really good players. We needed an elite player out on the wings, obviously, like Ademola Lookman, Aidan McGeady. I think that I'm going back way too long for McGeady, but there's various players that have come into Everton and tried to be that guy on the wing for Everton, and it hasn't quite happened. Now, I'm hoping that Jamal Musiala can change that. We've probably overpaid for him, really. 28 million. And the reason I say we overpaid for him is because I think I left it a little bit too much time between when I started the career mode and when I signed him. He's gone up a rating. I think I could have got him for nearer to 20. But you know what? If you want the player, you got to pay the bucks, and I really wanted this guy. I think he's going to be special, so I don't mind paying that little bit more. I bided my time trying to make sure we signed the right player, and do you know what? If it's cost me a little bit more to get the right player, so be it. We've still got money left over, but Musiala becomes the second of the 3 signings we're going to make. Now, in order to bring in a certain player that I really, really want to bring in, I've had to sell one of the players that I actually kind of had in my plans for this season, and that is Michael Keane. £24 million is the fee that we sell him for. And we do have a lot of good centre-backs in the club, guys. We have Holgate, we have Godfrey, we have Mina. And Branthwaite, even as a youngster, not bad as well. So this is a tactical decision, and I think it might pay off. And ladies and gentlemen, here is why. Jude Bellingham becomes the 3rd signing. Look, a real-life target of Liverpool, everybody knows it. But they're moving too slow. What do you want me to do? Just wait until our rivals, our Merseyside rivals, snap him up? No, I'm gonna offer them the money they want, and I'm gonna take him. Jude Bellingham becomes an Everton player and is our 3rd and final signing of this transfer window, guys. Jude Bellingham is probably the most sought after midfielder in world football, along with players like Declan Rice. And who's that guy? Pedri, is it, for Barcelona? But look, Jude Bellingham is special. Different gravy, absolutely alternative mustard, and we are the team that are going to offer him a future. 5-year contract, 55 million it cost us, so not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. But in order to get one of the brightest stars of the future secured in that Everton shirt, in wearing that crest representing us, it's worth it, okay? And it has absolutely milked us dry. Guys, let me know in the comments if you've ever been milked dry, because that is currently how I'm feeling right now. We've got about 400k left with 10,000 in the wages. Again, 1 or 2 players may end up leaving before the transfer window closes. However, the team is looking like it's got a really bright future. We got some good senior players with the leadership sort of traits that we're after. Pickford, Alan, and do you know what? Pickford isn't even that old. He's like 26, isn't he? 27? I think he's 27. But, you know, we got the more senior players, so to speak. We've got Pickford, Alan, Townsend to some degree, who's currently playing. But I think what we're going to end up doing, guys, is putting Musiala on the left-hand side, along with either Gray or Townsend on the other side. And then, yeah, this is a really good team to go into the season. I think Godfrey and Mina, Holgate are a good like 3 centre-backs to rotate between, and they will grow a fair bit. And let's see how we can do this season. Those are our signings. Remember, though, if we want to, if we can make one more signing in January. But just to show you guys, we don't really have anybody too special down here in our youth squad just off the bat. Sandoval is probably the best. No, actually, do you know what? This Abdullah guy is probably the best. I think he is a wide midfielder. It's just going to take him a little while to get up to scratch, the Saudi Arabian. But yeah, we're probably not going to dip into any of our youth players this season. And if we do, they're going to have to show me a lot of improvement. One of our youngsters, Kyle John, has secured a loan move for the season to Arminia Bielefeld. So fair play to him. And look, with every rebuild, guys, with every significant rebuild of a football team that wants to be improving, there are going to be some sad casualties. Seamus Coleman definitely fits into that category. We do actually get a decent sum for him as he leaves to join Napoli. £10 million. It's not bad. It enables us to maybe start looking at options to strengthen ourselves in January. Of course, we did already bring in Dest. Of course, we do have Kenny, who's a decent right back. So, yeah, Seamus Coleman, he's been a great servant to Everton. We salute you, Seamus, but it's time for Everton to move on. So we're nearing the end of deadline day now, guys, and Fabian Delph has been sold to Southampton for 3.4 million. A good servant for Everton like he was for Manchester City beforehand, and you know, he's going to go and see out the sort of winter of his career at Southampton. Not a bad club to do it, as we have a fair good amount of midfielders and defensive midfielders that Delph's not really going to get game for us, so I think this makes sense for all parties. I mean, overall, this bench looks quite good, doesn't it? I mean, we've got Moyes Keane there. I was about to call him Colgate, not the toothpaste man. Kenny and Holgate at the back. We've got Decore, and Begovic is a decent backup keeper as well. A fair few reserves as well, and some youngsters we're growing like Sims and Gordon. Davis as well. So I'm happy with this squad. What I am going to do, actually, see this Hagen guy and this Iverson guy, I'm going to use my 2 release tokens, because if the sim rotates our squad, I don't really want these guys getting a look in, because they're just not good enough. So we are going to actually release Iverson. It's only going to cost us 150k, and the other guy was a centre-back, wasn't he? So let's go over to the boy Hagen, and unfortunately we are going to release him. He'll probably get picked up by a League 2 team or something, and yeah, that takes our squad into a nice healthy place. It's a good size, good quality, and good backups as well, so I'm pretty pleased. Now, I don't think I've ever, in the FIFA 22 series of these rebuild challenges, I don't think I've ever won all 4 games in the first month of August. We have done that this time. We beat Southampton, we beat Leeds, Rotherham in the Cup, and we beat Brighton. Now, they are all teams that I would expect to be getting a decent performance against. And, you know, 7 to 9 points would be kind of expected for a club like Everton anyway. But that is still really good. And, of course, we do normally see a loss or a draw, at least, with other teams and in other saves. So that goes to show me, hopefully, that the way we set up this team, the signings we've made, and of course the tactics we've gone for are good. Let's see if we can keep it up throughout the rest of the season, and we'll catch up again at the end of each month as usual. Come on, the Everton. So here at the end of September, guys, and you know what? Not bad. I mean, we did lose to Villa. Would have been nice to get 7 points out of our 3 Premier League games there, but we ended up with 6. It's not a bad return, still above average, and we did also beat Cambridge away in the Cup, as you'd expect, but you know, those have been banana skins in the past with other saves, and it's good to know that we're doing the business pretty well at the moment. So I'd be surprised if we weren't in like the top 4 at the moment. We've literally only lost 1 game. What I will say, we haven't come up against anybody huge yet, and our next game, I mean this month literally, we do have Manchester United, West Ham, who I guess are a top 6 team at this point, and Arsenal as well, and some tricky games in there as well, at Wolves. So this month's going to be a bigger test, October. Okay guys, so I know my face is covering it, but I will announce the month verbally, so just listen out, okay? This is October, and we've done okay. We drew 1-1 with Man U, good start. Lost 3-0 at Goodison to West Ham. Not great. They are a good team, but that is unacceptable. We did bounce back, luckily, with a 3-1 win against Watford. Love that. Lost narrowly in the Cup to Arsenal on penalties, 5-4. And then we did get an away win at Wolves, 3-0. Love to see that. So, a mixed month, but still, no massive alarm bells. The 3-0 loss to West Ham, a little bit, but the fact that we bounced back is fine. So I still think we're on course here. Alright, so November, disappointing. The first month I'm actually disappointed with. We had tough games. Do you know what? A 2-2 draw against Tottenham, not a bad start. I would even go as far to say that a 1-0 loss, a narrow loss against Manchester City, it kind of shows like you're not quite there to beat the big boys, but you're getting there. You know, it's a close, narrow loss, but then that Brentford loss on the 27th, that is a real disappointing result. I do believe that every team is going to have 1 or 2 of those weird results in a season where you lose to a team that is technically worse than you on paper, but still disappointed nonetheless. It's only November. We've got loads more games to play. Plenty more banana skins potentially ahead of us, and we've got a very busy month where we play Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Leicester, and some other good teams like Palace and Newcastle, Burnley in the league. So this is a huge month. December always is. But, I mean, look at that fixture list for us. Wow. So this is how we performed in December, guys, and it's actually okay. We did start off with a loss to Liverpool, bounced back with a really important result against Arsenal, 3-2. Lost, strangely, to Palace, 3-0. Maybe the long ball style just suited Palace, I don't know, on the day. Something like that. But we lost to them. That's really disappointing. But we did then get 2 decent draws out of Chelsea and Leicester. And then we got 2 textbook wins against Burnley and Newcastle, who you would imagine to be around the bottom of the table. So yeah, those 2 wins at the end of the month are good textbook wins, as I said. But yeah, I think we'd probably be around about the same position in the table if I could guess, and we are. We're on equal points with West Ham, clearly better than them on goal difference. We've played 20 games now, guys, and it is time for the transfer window and the business end of the season. This could get interesting now. And it is now the 1st of January, guys, and we have a youngster from our squad on Yango who leaves to FC Vizela on loan. So our squad's getting smaller. We need to replace that guy with somebody of some ilk. So actually, guys, with a depleting squad size, we are actually going to recall Niels and Kunku from Standard Liège because we only have the one left back, Digne, so it's all on this boy's shoulders at the moment now. And Kunku is a good young player, not like going to be a world beater by any means, but he is a good young player, and I think we do need to have a little bit more squad depth. So we are going to recall him, and I think that's all we're going to do in terms of the loan recalls, and then we'll probably just look to signing one more player, and our business will probably be done after that. Right, now I know I said I didn't want to sell any more players, but Andre Gomez was probably the one that I didn't really have too much of a problem with selling. He's good, he's a good player, but he's going to go to Southampton now. £15 million they paid for him, and I think this is going to be another one of them signings that really unlocks the potential for us to go and sign that like colossal signing that really improves us. So that's what we're going to go and do. Well, it's Rafinha, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Everton Football Club. Another player, by the way, who is actually like in the process of being tapped up in real life by Liverpool. Like, they are really interested in Rafinha. I think that's one of the players that would make sense for them to sign this January, but we've gone and beaten them to it, and that is the key for the revival of Everton Football Club, to be linked with these big names, to beat clubs to signings that are actually like really sought after and really going to improve you. So there we go. Rafinha, guys, is our new maestro wide player. So let's actually have a look now at, oh, you might have just seen where we are in the table. I'll show you in a second, so don't worry if you missed it. Let's have a look at our starting 11. In fact, look at that. I don't even need to go into it. Look at that starting 11. Unbelievable. That is definitely a Europa League quality team, guys. What do you think? And then, I mean, even the bench. Look at that. We've got some really solid players on the bench. Decore, Keane, Gray is now on the bench after Rafinha comes in and replaces him on the left. I mean, we've got some really good players, and even down in the reserves, some decent players in the reserves as well. This is a really solid squad. I'm actually really, really pleased with this. This possibly is my favourite squad that I've actually built so far in any rebuild challenge I've done for FIFA 22, guys. But let's have a look at the league table as well. We are on course to finish in the top 6. We still need to have some really good results back end of the season, business end of the season, as I always like to call it. And wow, Wolves are above us. That is unacceptable. They are a really good team, but I need to be above Wolves. I would love us to get 5th place. 6th is still acceptable, but I don't want Wolves finishing above us. Where are Arsenal these days? Look at the North London duo, mate. They are not having a good season, are they? Norwich, Southampton and Burnley currently in that bottom 3. Hopefully we can sell as well, Agent Gomez to go and help Southampton, and Delph as well. Don't forget he went to Southampton as well. But yeah, that's the table for now, guys. 3 or 4 months left, and then we will be able to see where we finish in the league and the cups. Let's have a look at what happened on the pitch in January then, guys. We are now at the end of Jan. So yeah, not a bad January at all. I mean, we drew the first game with Brighton, and then after that, it was just pure win central, mate. Win City. We beat Sunderland in the cup. We beat Norwich away in the league, and Aston Villa, good result that, at home in the league. And then we beat Fulham in the cup again. So 2 FA Cup victories there, I believe. And I think now we probably are like talking like quarter-final territory of the FA Cup. I mean, it's January, so 1 more or 2 more wins in the Cup and we could be right on course to hit the targets we set at the beginning of the episode. Let's continue. So that's a pretty bad month. I mean, we did beat Blackpool in the Cup as expected. We lost to Spurs, lost to Chelsea, and then Watford in the league. And then, I mean, we had 4 losses there in a row We lost to Man City in the league at the end of the month as well. Not great. Not great. The Watford game in particular I'm disappointed with. I could have accepted the other 3 losses. I mean, even that Chelsea one, that was in the Cup actually, I just clocked that. So we're out of the FA Cup. I don't know if I think that's probably the quarter-final stage we got knocked out there. Possibly. We'll check at the end of the video as we always do, guys. But we need to rectify that in this month. And there's some tough games in here. West Ham, United, Liverpool, Wolves, Chelsea. Oh my God, some really tough games here, guys. And then the end of the season, the last game of the season is going to be Arsenal. Could that be the game where we are going head-to-head with Arsenal for 6th place? Potentially, guys. Some really tough games coming up. Oh, how are we going to do? Oh, do you know what? That's actually a good month. That is a good month all in all, guys. We got 6 points out of the 3 Titans there. Man United, Liverpool and Chelsea. We only lost to Chelsea at Goodison. We got draws from Palace and Wolves. And we beat West Ham away as well. That's actually really good. I'll take that overall. Okay, going into May then, we're going to sim 2 more games. Where are we in the table? We're 5th. I was looking at that points gap there between us and Man United. 10 points, so we can't get top 4 now. Mathematically impossible. But we can get caught by Spurs, who have 2 games in hand on us and are 4 points behind us. So basically, we need to win all of our remaining games if we want to finish above Spurs in the league. Anyway, we're going to try and get at least 1 win from these last 2 games here. Leicester and Brentford. Let's just zoom straight through it. If we get a win from this Leicester game, I think we're okay. Oh, we get a loss. Get a loss. It could be all to play for if we lose to Brentford. They already beat us once this season, and they've done it again. Of course that would happen. Of course it would happen like that. And we're down to 6th. Oh, that's so annoying. How are we losing to Brentford twice? They're surviving, mind you. 35 points is a good return for them as well. Okay, 59 points. We have to win this if we want to climb up to 5th. We have to. We're only going to get Europa League either way, but in order to prevent Spurs from overtaking us, which they very well could do with 2 games in hand there, we have to win this last game, guys. Who have Leicester got? Southampton at home. That's not a particularly tough game for them, and Tottenham have Norwich as well. Oh, okay. So Spurs must have another fixture here then. Who's Spurs' other fixture? Okay, we need to hope that Tottenham drop points, because otherwise we're going to be 7th. And then we're in the Europa Conference League. Oh, they were 2 big losses at the end there. Okay, all we can do is win our game now. We have to win this. We have to win this last game. So Spurs have played their game in hand now. They did get the win. They did get the win. So we're now relying on Norwich, bloody Norwich, bottom of the table, 22 points, to beat Spurs in a last day of the season upset. Alternatively, we could rely on Leicester to either draw or lose in their game against Southampton, and we've got to win ours. Okay, let's try it. And it's not like we have an easy game either, guys. Today at the Emirates, Arsenal are going to host us in the last game of the Premier League season. Again, we need to do our own business, win our game, and the rest may or may not take care of itself. We just need to focus on this game, get the 3 points, and then we'll check on whether Leicester have dropped points. Come on, Southampton. Come on, Agent Delph. Come on, Agent Gomez. We need you to do a job for us today and take a point off Leicester, because I don't think Spurs are going to lose to Norwich. You never know, but look, let's just focus on ourselves. Let's see how we line up for this game. So starting with Arsenal, actually, they are going to line up like so. Bernd Leno in goal over Ramsdale. Decent back four. Kolasinac getting a surprise start there. They've signed Zakaria as well, who partners Partey in midfield. So that is their team. Holding is their captain, surprisingly. Their defence is kind of weak. They've also got Harvey Barnes in there. Good player. And we ourselves line up like so. Pickford, Dest, Godfrey, Mina, Digne, Musiala, Alan, Bellingham and Rafinha. What a midfield that is. Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, of course, up front. Our bench on the left there. I think our team's better. I do. But you never know. Arsenal can upset us. They definitely can. All right. Oh, Tomiyasu's dummy with a dummy throw. Here's Bukayo Saka working up a bit of a relationship with Partey down the right here. Tomiyasu in there as well. Good tackle from Luca Digne. Here is Rafinha. Calvert-Lewin releasing Richarlison maybe? Is he going to have the pace to beat Rafinha? Sorry, Gabriel here. He certainly is. He's done quite well here. We've got Bellingham on the edge of the box. Ooh, tried the finesse long shot, and that has not worked, has it? Oh, that's a great tackle by Dest. That is why we signed you. The Barcelona reject. Nah, why am I calling him that? I'm trying to big him up. All right, Richarlison. Ahead of the Arsenal defence. Richarlison, left foot goal! Come on! That is what this Brazilian maestro can do. What a finish from the left foot of our number 7, Richarlison. And this guy could well become an Everton legend. I mean, he's already got himself to an 86 rating this season, and he could have scored one of our most important goals of the season here if we can keep a hold of this lead, and of course if other results go for us elsewhere. What a finish. Past Leno with ease, and Richarlison scores the first goal for us here. Come on. Kolasinac. What a pass from Kolasinac. Is that Barnes onside here? Barnes! He's missed! It was offside, no? I saw the lino put something up. I don't know if he's just signalling a goal kick. He is! Wow, we got let off the hook there, guys. Bloody Harvey Barnes. All right, here's Alan. Wait! Come on. All right, Serginho Dest. Alan. Bellingham. Look at that. Richarlison. Calvert-Lewin. Come on! 2-0. You love to see it. DCL with a great strike. Ferocious, you would say. And that is a really good finish. Really good move, actually, overall, from Everton there. And I will take a 2-0 lead here away at Arsenal in the first half. Let's have a look at the replay. Jude Bellingham, patient, finds the pass. Richarlison had the intelligence to just take a touch, turn, play in Calvert-Lewin, who was behind him. And that is an emphatic finish from the boy. The England international showing maybe why we should pick him over Harry Kane at times for England. Richarlison. Calvert-Lewin. No, surely not 3. That's a great ball from Calvert-Lewin. And it's Rafinha on the edge of the box. Tries to finesse! And it just goes wide. We've seen Rafinha do that in real life. And with great success at times. Just whipped the ball round the keeper, but unfortunately also the post. That's a good effort. All right, and that's half-time actually, guys. I think I saw a preview of the Tottenham score, and they have conceded, but they've also scored, and it is 2-1 to Spurs at the moment in that game. I haven't yet seen what the score is in the Leicester game, if that's kicking off at the same time. I think it will be, and they're winning as well. So not going for us at the moment. It really isn't, but there's still 45 minutes of football to be played, and we're doing our business here. What a weird couple of results on the sim before we played this game. The Brentford loss. Brentford doing the double over you. Come on, Everton, man. What a team this is as well. I don't know if we deserve this. Here's Lacazette trying the pass through. Digne's there to intercept it. He's had a really good game, Digne, actually. And here comes Calvert-Lewin. Look at that for a pass. Are we going to get on the end of it? We are. It's Musiala. Can the young German do his ting? He strikes. And we're going to get the rebound in. What a block by the Japanese right back. That was so good from Tomiyasu. The positioning. Look at this from Tomiyasu. Rafinha, open goal. Oh, no, thank you, Tommy. Look, I'm supposed to be bigging up the Everton players, but that was... You just got to appreciate a good bit of defending when you see it. And that was a good bit of defending. We do have a corner, though. Let's whip this in with Luca Digne. And we don't get... any contact, although we've won it. Let's stick this up in the box, sorry. Oh, and again, Richarlison doesn't win the header. Still, though, with Everton, no, it's not. Odegaard comes away. Uh-oh. All right, well done, Mina. He's really good in the air. Not very fast or anything like that, but he's very good in the air, Mina. And Richarlison now, great pass. It's Musiala. He's done one, and he almost does two, but the ball roll was not a sophisticated enough skill move to fool the Arsenal defender. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the end, or the last action of the game here, as we're approaching the 90th minute. Here's Alvarez doing a bit of space in that pocket where we really should have someone like Alan sweeping up. He's got the ball now. Is there time for another goal? Everton goal I'm talking about, game, not an Arsenal goal. It doesn't really matter because we're not going to lose this now. Famous last words, but I don't think we're going to lose this now. Or draw it even, sorry. Anyway, it looks like it's going to be a 2-0 win for Everton. We might have an opportunity for another attack here. Do you know what? Go on then. Dest. Through to Richarlison. Through to Calvert-Lewin. And he's not really executed that free ball very well. But that is going to be full time. It's a 2-0 away win, which is good. I haven't seen any of the other scores pop up. Guys, keep everything crossed. Your fingers, your toes, every single twistable body part you have. I need you to cross it right now. That either Spurs or Leicester drop points. We need that to happen. We've done our business. Is it Europa League or Europa Conference League for us? All right, guys, it is. Southampton scored! I knew Southampton would be the ones to do it. I absolutely bet you that either Gomez or Delph scored or assisted in that game. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, that we end up in 6th position. And we do take the Europa League spot for next season alongside Spurs. And we hit our targets. That is brilliant. Let's see how we did in the other competitions, guys. So the FA Cup, I think we did better in the FA this year than the Carling Cup, or whatever it's called these days. So we managed to get ourselves to the quarterfinals and lost to Chelsea. That's disappointing. We had a really tough draw there. We could have got Middlesbrough, Barnsley, I would say Brentford, but we all know how that ended in the league. So yeah, Chelsea didn't go on to win it. Middlesbrough got to the final and Spurs ended up winning it. So they get some silverware. Fair play to them. And let's have a look at the Carling Cup as well. Or the Carabao Cup, I should say. I'm living in like 2004 here. And it looks like Liverpool did win that in the final against Palace. We got ourselves not even to the quarters. Where did we lose? We lost in the round of 16 to Arsenal on penalties. That was again a tough opponent and we did end up losing. We did just beat them though, so hey, you win some, you lose some. We did finish 6th, so we just about hit our targets. Guys, let me know what you thought of that rebuild. Let's just finally have a look at our stats for the squad. So we do have our top scorer, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who scored 28 Premier League goals, 34 in all competitions. He's got to have been the top scorer. We'll check that in a second. Richarlison with 14. Rafinha with 7. I guess some of those will have been for Leeds. Digne or Dean. I know I've been calling him Digne. That's just because I'm used to it. He scored 5. 3 for Bellingham, Holgate, Gordon. He actually got quite a lot of games. Look, 35 games for Gordon this season. He got up to a 75 rated player. And Dest, Keane, Decore, quite a few players all chipping in there. And then we've also got assists, top assisters, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, Rafinha, Digne, Gordon, Bellingham, Decore, and a few sort of less significant ones just chipping in with 1. Guys, let's just quickly check if Calvert-Lewin was the top scorer in the league. I would say yes. Right? Yeah, he was. He beat Salah by 4 goals. Yeah, this is a special number 9 we got on our hands here, guys. And yeah, we do end up 6th in the Premier League. Let's just have a look finally at the squad that we end things off with. And it's a fantastic squad. I would be really, really interested in doing a second season with Everton. And I think, honestly, we could probably go for the league title, or at least the top 4. Definitely the top 4. But yeah, second season could be really interesting with this squad because we'll get another season's worth of transfer budget, and yeah, we'll have lots more potential signings to make in the second season on top of an already fantastic squad. So guys, let me know what you thought of this rebuild, of these signings. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the 4 channels of REDVIBE. They will be linked at the end in the outro of this video. Guys, thank you so much for watching again. Take care. Love you, gang.